Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into something we all do every single day, but maybe don't think about quite enough: sleep.
It's funny, isn't it? We spend, what, a third of our lives doing it.
Easily a massive chunk of our existence. And yet, for ages, its real purpose was kind of a black box, scientifically speaking, just this thing we had to do.
That's right. The old view was pretty basic. Like sleep was just downtime, powering off the system.
Yeah, like your brain just went into screensaver mode to save a bit of energy.
Exactly. The assumption was it was passive, maybe a bit restorative, but fundamentally, unproductive, just waiting for the sun to come up again.
And that's where things have gotten really interesting because the latest science, it paints a completely different picture.
Oh, completely. We now know sleep is anything but passive. It's incredibly active, highly organized, a biological imperative.
So not just resting.
Not at all. The brain and body are hard at work during sleep. They're doing absolutely essential things, unique tasks that, frankly, just can't get done properly when we're awake. It's like a whole different operational mode.
A kind of nightly maintenance crew.
That's a good way to put it. And it's not just one job. It's multi-purpose. We're talking effects from the microscopic level, like clearing out waste products in the brain,
Wow, okay.
all the way up to really complex stuff like sorting through memories, learning, regulating hormones. It touches basically everything.
So much more than just feeling less tired the next day.
Infinitely more.
Okay, so that's our mission for this deep dive then. We want to get past the surface, we sleep because we're tired, and really dig into the why.
Right. What's actually happening? What's the biological point of it all?
We're going to look at the latest research, the neurobiology, the physiology, and give you the kind of shortcut to really understanding this fundamental part of life. Because let's face it, understanding sleep is key to, well, optimizing everything else.
Absolutely. And we'll cover some fascinating ground. We'll look at where sleep might have come from, evolutionarily speaking,
Okay, the origins.
then dive into what the brain's actually doing all night: memory, learning, that cleaning process I mentioned.
The brain's night shift, got it.
And then look beyond the brain, too, at how sleep impacts things like your immune system, your metabolism. It's all interconnected.
Sounds like a comprehensive look. Let's start at the beginning then, the evolutionary roots. Because you mentioned it's more than just simple rest. These older theories, where do they fit in?
Well, they were important starting points and make a certain kind of sense. One of the big early ones was the energy conservation theory.
Right, saving fuel.
Exactly.
Hmm.
From a basic survival perspective, managing energy resources efficiently is, well, paramount, especially for our ancestors.
Because finding food wasn't always easy, I imagine.
Not at all. It was unpredictable, demanding. Every calorie was precious. And just being awake, being active, especially with our big brains, it burns a lot of energy.
Our brains are energy hogs, aren't they?
Huge energy hogs. So the idea was sleep provides a necessary metabolic break. Your metabolic rate actually drops, maybe 10, 15%.
Okay, a noticeable drop.
Yeah, and your body temperature goes down slightly too. It all adds up to conserving those vital calories.
So for our ancestors who were maybe hunting or gathering all day, that nightly energy saving could have been, well, critical.
Absolutely critical. It could have been the difference between having enough energy reserves to survive a lean period or not.
Yeah.
It's a fundamental survival advantage, making every calorie count.
Makes perfect sense. Then there's the other related idea, adaptive inactivity. That sounds more about safety.
It is. It's about risk management, essentially. Think about it. Humans are diurnal. We're built for daylight.
Our eyesight is terrible at night.
Exactly. We become incredibly vulnerable when it gets dark. Vulnerable to predators who are active at night. Vulnerable to just stumbling around and getting injured.
So sleep forces us to lie low when we're most at risk.
Precisely. It compels us to find shelter, stay still, reduce our exposure during those dangerous nighttime hours. It's an evolutionary strategy to minimize the chances of becoming someone else's dinner or having an accident.
Like hiding in plain sight, almost. Or rather, hiding out of sight.
Right. A quiet, hidden creature is much safer, and this ties into our internal body clock, the circadian rhythm.
The thing that makes us sleepy at night and alert during the day?
Yes. Evolution synced our activity and rest cycles with the day-night cycle. It wasn't random. It was a programmed survival advantage. Being active when it's safe and resting when it's dangerous significantly boosted the odds of surviving, reproducing, passing on those genes.
So sleep timing is deeply baked into our biology for survival reasons.
Deeply. These early theories, energy saving and adaptive inactivity. They definitely help explain when it's best for us to sleep and why we seek out safe places. They give us the context.
But, and this feels like a big but, they don't quite explain everything, do they?
No, that's the key point. They explain the advantages of the timing and location of sleep, but not necessarily the nature of sleep itself.
Meaning, if it was just about saving energy or hiding.
Why couldn't we just achieve that by being quietly awake or meditating? Why this complex process with different stages, brainwaves changing, dreaming, total unconsciousness?
Right. Why does it have to be so involved?
Exactly. That's the question these early theories don't fully answer.
Mhm.
And it leads us to think about, well, what happens when we don't sleep?
The consequences, which are not trivial.
Far from trivial. We're talking serious problems. Cognitive function plummets, immunity weakens, metabolism goes haywire. If sleep were just about saving a few calories or staying still, why would skipping it be so utterly devastating?
It points to something much deeper, much more active going on.
Precisely. It tells us sleep isn't just a passive pause. It's performing active, essential work. And that work is what modern science is really starting to illuminate.
Which brings us to the brain's night shift, because those consequences of sleep loss really hit our thinking, our mood.
Absolutely. And it demolishes that old idea of the brain just switching off. It doesn't switch off at all.
So what is it doing?
It's actively processing information, sorting through the data overload from the day. And one of his biggest jobs is memory consolidation.
Okay, taking stuff we learned or experienced and making it stick.
Exactly. Converting those fragile short-term memories into stable, long-term ones you can recall later. This is a huge function of sleep.
And this happens across the different sleep stages you mentioned, NREM and REM.
Yes, they each play distinct roles. It's not one uniform process. Sleep cycles through these stages through the night.
Let's start with NREM then, non-rapid eye movement. What's happening there?
Particularly in the deep stages of NREM, what's often called slow-wave sleep because of the brainwave patterns. That's critical for strengthening declarative memories.
Declarative memories, like facts, events, things you can consciously recall.
Precisely. Remembering what someone said, facts from an article, events from your day, things you can declare. Deep NREM sleep is key for locking those in.
How does it do that? Is it just like hitting the save button?
It's more sophisticated than that. During slow-wave sleep, your brain actually seems to replay the neural patterns that were active when you first formed the memory.
Replay, like watching a movie back?
Sort of, but at a neural level. It's thought to be a dialogue between the hippocampus, which is like the brain's inbox for new memories,
A short-term storage.
right, and the neocortex, which is the long-term storage vault. The hippocampus repeatedly shows these new memory traces to the neocortex.
And this back and forth strengthens the memory.
Exactly. This replay strengthens the specific connections, the synapses involved in that memory. It integrates the new information into your existing knowledge network, making it more stable, more permanent. It's like filing it correctly in the archive.
Okay, so deep sleep helps cement the facts. But I remember reading NREM sleep does something else too, something about cleaning up, pruning.
Yes. Synaptic homeostasis. That's another crucial function, especially of deep NREM sleep. Think about your day. You're constantly learning, experiencing things, forming new connections between neurons.
Billions of them, right.
An incredible number. And forming and maintaining all those connections takes a lot of energy. Plus, if you just kept adding connections indefinitely, your brain networks could become noisy, inefficient, overloaded.
Too much clutter.
Precisely. So during deep NREM sleep, there's a really smart process. The brain seems to weaken or prune away the less important, less frequently used synaptic connections.
It tidies up, gets rid of the connections we don't really need.
Sort of. It scales them down proportionally. It's not random deletion. It's more like optimizing the network. The connections that were strongly activated during the day tend to be preserved or strengthened, while the weaker, less relevant ones are downscaled.
So it reinforces what's important and clears out the background noise.
That's a great way to put it. It prevents overload, increases the signal-to-noise ratio, and makes the whole network more efficient. This is absolutely vital for learning. It basically makes room for you to learn new things effectively the next day.
It's like defragmenting your computer's hard drive, getting rid of junk files, organizing things so it runs faster.
That's a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
It cleans up, optimizes, and prepares the system for the next day's input. Without this nightly pruning, learning would likely become much, much harder.
Okay, so NREM is busy strengthening facts and tidying up connections. What about the other stage, REM sleep? The one with the dreaming and the weird eye movements?
Ah, REM sleep. Rapid eye movement. Yeah, that's a fascinating stage. Very different characteristics. Your brain activity looks almost like you're awake.
Paradoxical sleep, they sometimes call it.
Exactly. Brain's buzzing, but your body muscles, except for your eyes and breathing muscles, are temporarily paralyzed. Muscle atonia.
Which is probably a good thing if you're having intense dreams.
A very good thing. Prevents you from acting out those dreams. But REM isn't just about dreaming. It seems to play a key role in consolidating different kinds of memories.
Not the factual ones NREM handles.
Less so. REM seems more important for procedural memory, skills, how-to knowledge.
Like learning to ride a bike or play piano.
Yes, exactly. Motor skills, complex sequences, even perhaps some creative problem solving. The idea is that during REM sleep, your brain practices or refines these procedural skills, strengthening the neural circuits involved.
So while I'm asleep, my brain might be rehearsing that tricky guitar chord I was practicing.
It might well be. Consolidating the motor patterns, making them smoother, more automatic. It's like offline practice.
That's incredible. But REM is most famous for dreams, and dreams are often emotional. Is there a connection there?
A very strong one. This is arguably one of REM sleep's most profound functions. Emotional regulation. Some researchers call it overnight therapy.
Therapy. How so?
During REM, your brain appears to reprocess emotionally charged experiences from your waking life. You revisit those events, those feelings. Okay, but here's the crucial difference. It does this in a unique neurochemical environment. Specifically, the levels of certain stress-related neurochemicals, like noradrenaline, are very low, almost absent, during REM sleep.
Ah, so you're replaying the emotional memory, but without the intense stress chemistry that was there originally.
Precisely. It allows the brain to process the emotional content of the memory, integrate it, understand it perhaps, without re-triggering the full-blown acute stress reaction.
That sounds incredibly helpful for dealing with tough experiences, like taking the sting out of a bad memory.
That seems to be the effect. It helps to integrate emotional experiences, maybe gain perspective, without holding on to the raw, visceral pain or anxiety indefinitely. It helps maintain emotional balance day to day. It's a vital process for mental health and resilience.
So NREM handles the facts and the tidying up, REM handles the skills and the emotions. It's a really comprehensive overnight overhaul.
It really is. Each stage contributes uniquely to getting your brain ready for the next day.
Okay, moving on from memory and emotions, you mentioned something earlier about cleaning. A brain cleaning system. That sounds pretty important.
Oh, it's huge. This is the glymphatic system.
Yeah.
And understanding it has really shifted our view of sleep in, well, just the last decade or so.
Lymphatic. What does that mean?
It's kind of a play on glial cells,
Uh-huh.
the support cells in the brain, and the lymphatic system, which cleans waste in the rest of the body. Because the brain doesn't have a standard lymphatic system like your other organs.
Really?
Yeah.
How does it get rid of waste then? All that brain activity must produce junk.
It absolutely does. Metabolic byproducts, leftover proteins, cellular debris. For a long time, how the brain cleared this was a bit of a puzzle. The answer is this glymphatic system.
So what is it exactly? Pipes.
Not exactly pipes. It's more like a network of channels that run alongside blood vessels. Cerebrospinal fluid, the CSF that bathes your brain and spinal cord, flows through these channels. And this flow of CSF acts like a dishwasher, basically. It washes through the brain tissue, flushing out the waste products that accumulate between the brain cells in what's called the interstitial space.
Like power washing the gaps between neurons.
That's a good image. And here's the kicker. This system is way, way more active during sleep.
It works better when we're asleep. Why?
It's amazing, actually. During sleep, the brain cells themselves, particularly those glial cells, seem to shrink slightly.
They shrink.
Yeah, by shrinking, they increase the space between the cells, the interstitial space, by maybe 60% or even more.
Wow, 60%. That's a huge change.
It is. And this wider space allows the cerebrospinal fluid to flow much more freely and deeply through the brain tissue, dramatically improving its ability to flush out the accumulated waste.
So the dishwasher gets turned up to high power during sleep because there's more room for the water to circulate.
Exactly. It's a much more efficient cleaning cycle that happens primarily while you sleep.
And what kind of waste is it cleaning out? Is it important?
Critically important. It clears out various metabolic byproducts, but one protein complex in particular has received a lot of attention. Beta amyloid.
Beta amyloid. That's linked to Alzheimer's disease, isn't it?
It is. The accumulation of beta amyloid plaques in the brain is one of the key hallmarks of Alzheimer's. And the glymphatic system is responsible for clearing much of this potentially toxic protein out of the brain.
So sleep is literally washing away stuff that could contribute to Alzheimer's.
That's what the evidence strongly suggests, and it's quite dramatic. Studies have shown that even just one night of sleep deprivation leads to a measurable increase in beta amyloid levels in the cerebrospinal fluid the next day.
Just one night.
Just one night. It highlights how crucial this nightly cleaning process is. If you consistently don't get enough sleep, you're essentially allowing more of this potentially harmful waste to build up.
That puts a whole new perspective on pulling an all-nighter. It's not just about feeling tired, you're actively skipping your brain's essential cleaning cycle.
Exactly. It transforms sleep from something passive into an active protective measure for your long-term brain health. It's neuroprotective maintenance.
Okay, that's a powerful reason to prioritize sleep right there. Preventing neurodegenerative disease.
It really underscores sleep isn't just for today's performance, but for tomorrow's health too. It's about preventing that toxic buildup over years and decades.
So we've covered the brain's incredible work memory, pruning, emotional processing, cleaning. But sleep isn't just for the head, right? It affects the whole body. Let's talk immune system.
Absolutely. Sleep's impact extends far beyond the brain. It's a master regulator of your immune function. Think of sleep as the time when your immune system regroups, rearms, and strategizes.
How does it do that?
Well, several ways. During sleep, your body ramps up the production and release of certain cytokines. These are proteins that act as messengers for the immune system. Some help promote sleep, while others are crucial for fighting infection and inflammation.
So sleep helps produce the weapons and messengers needed to fight off bugs.
Exactly. And it doesn't just produce them, it seems to enhance their effectiveness too. For instance, certain immune cells, like T cells, actually get better at finding and sticking to infected cells during sleep. Their targeting system improves.
Wow, so your immune cells are literally more effective hunters while you're asleep.
It seems that way. It's also when your immune system forms immunological memory.
Meaning remembering past infections, like after you've had a cold or a vaccine.
Precisely. Sleep is critical for consolidating that memory so your immune system can mount a faster, stronger response if it encounters the same pathogen again. This is why sleep is so important. After vaccinations, it helps lock in that protective memory.
Which explains why doctors always say to rest when you're sick or after a shot.
It's not just about feeling better. It's about allowing your immune system to do its crucial work optimally. And the flip side is also true. Skimp on sleep, and your immune system suffers.
How badly?
Significantly. Chronic sleep deprivation suppresses immune function. It makes you more susceptible to catching infections like common colds or the flu. Studies have shown this quite clearly.
So that feeling of being run down and getting sick easily when you're exhausted, it's real. Your defenses are literally down.
Your defenses are compromised.
Yeah.
And it can even reduce the effectiveness of vaccines if you're sleep deprived around the time you get one. Sleep is non-negotiable for a robust immune response.
Okay, immunity is huge. What about metabolism? Does sleep affect things like weight, blood sugar?
Oh, absolutely. Sleep plays a central critical role in regulating metabolism and hormonal balance, which directly impacts weight and risk of metabolic diseases.
How does that work?
One key way is through its influence on appetite-regulating hormones. You have ghrelin, the hunger hormone.
Tells you to eat.
Right, and leptin, the satiety hormone.
Tells you you're full.
Exactly. Sleep helps keep these two in balance. But when you lose sleep,
things get out of whack.
Dramatically. Sleep deprivation causes ghrelin levels to go up, making you feel hungrier, and leptin levels to go down, making you feel less full or satisfied after eating.
So you feel hungrier and less satisfied. That sounds like a recipe for overeating.
It absolutely is.
Mm-hmm.
And not just eating more, but often craving specific types of food, typically high-calorie, high-sugar, high-fat foods. Your sleep-deprived brain is screaming for quick energy.
That explains the late-night junk food cravings when tired. It's hormonal.
It's definitely driven by hormonal changes. And over time, this imbalance, increased hunger, reduced satiety, craving unhealthy foods, significantly increases the risk of weight gain and obesity.
It's a direct link.
A very direct link. But it doesn't stop there. Sleep loss also messes with how your body handles sugar. It impairs insulin sensitivity.
Meaning your cells don't respond as well to insulin, the hormone that manages blood sugar.
Exactly. Your cells become resistant to insulin's signal to take up glucose from the blood. This forces your pancreas to pump out more insulin to compensate, leading to higher blood sugar levels.
And that sounds like the path towards
Type 2 diabetes, chronic sleep deprivation, by impairing insulin sensitivity and promoting weight gain, is a major risk factor for developing insulin resistance and ultimately type 2 diabetes.
Wow. So poor sleep doesn't just make you tired and hungry, it fundamentally disrupts your body's ability to manage energy and sugar, setting the stage for serious chronic diseases.
It's a systemic effect. Quality sleep is absolutely foundational for metabolic health, for maintaining a healthy weight, and for preventing these incredibly common and often devastating chronic conditions.
Okay, this has been incredibly eye-opening. We've covered so much ground. Let's try and synthesize this. When someone asks that basic question, why do we sleep? What's the definitive answer now?
The definitive answer is, it's not for one single reason. Sleep is a fundamental biological necessity driven by a whole constellation of vital, active functions. It's not optional, it's essential maintenance.
It's not just rest, it's active restoration and preparation.
Exactly. We have the evolutionary drivers saving energy, staying safe.
The foundational why.
Then the incredible brain work sorting and strengthening memories, crucial for learning and who we are.
Locking in the day's experiences.
The essential cleaning service via the lymphatic system, clearing out toxins like beta amyloid, protecting against neurodegeneration.
Brain health maintenance.
Then bolstering the immune system, building defenses, forming that immunological memory.
Keeping us healthy.
And finally, regulating metabolism, balancing hormones, managing appetite, protecting against obesity and diabetes.
Supporting physical health from the inside out. It's truly multifaceted.
And the key thing to grasp, I think, is that these aren't separate benefits operating in isolation. They're all interconnected. Memory consolidation needs synaptic pruning. The lymphatic system relies on changes in cell volume during sleep stages. Immune functions is tied to hormonal balance, which sleep regulates.
Yeah.
It's all one integrated system.
Sleep is the master conductor, ensuring all these different sections of the orchestra are playing in harmony for our overall health, physical, mental, emotional.
That's a beautiful way to put it. It touches everything. It demonstrates how deeply embedded sleep is in our vitality.
So the big takeaway here isn't just get more sleep. It's understanding that sleep isn't wasted time. It's not a period of inactivity you just have to endure.
Absolutely not. It's an investment. Possibly the single most effective thing you can do every single day to support your brain function, your physical health, your emotional resilience, both now and long into the future.
It's an active process you're participating in, one that directly shapes your well-being. Hopefully, understanding why it's so profound, why it serves all these critical purposes, changes how we view it.
It should. It moves sleep from the nice-to-have column firmly into the non-negotiable category for anyone serious about their health and performance.
So maybe the question we leave everyone with is this. Knowing all this now, knowing the profound purpose behind those quiet hours, how does that shift your perspective on your own sleep?
Is it still just downtime? Or do you now see it as one of those active, productive, and essential parts of your day, crucial for your vitality today and your health for years to come, something worth protecting?